Matte boxes are super useful at blocking out lens flares and protecting your lens from the elements. But if you've done any research, you've found that they're kind of expensive. Take for example Peter McKinnon. Ever heard of him? Recently, in collaboration with Polar Pro, Peter McKinnon released this new matte box system, and it's really cool, high quality, great looking stuff until you see the price tag, and as a budget filmmaker, you kind of just take a moment and say, no thank you. I mean, I'm not taking a shot at Peter McKinnon or Polar Pro. I'm sure they're great quality, but for $350, you can actually buy a brand new lens that's gonna make your footage look better. It really is hard to justify spending the money on a matte box when they are that expensive. Now, there are cheaper ones, but even those ones are pretty high in price too. So after a while, you kind of come to the conclusion that maybe a matte box just isn't for me. Maybe I'll get one someday. Well, I felt the same way until I found this matte box from SmallRig. This matte box is coming in around $50, so in this review I want to talk about why this is worth it for any budget filmmaker out there. First, let's talk about what comes in the box. The first thing that comes in the box is the matte box itself. Then it comes with 4 thread adapters, which we'll talk about in a minute, and also a storage/travel bag. Now, the adapters that come with this thing are all designed to step up basically from your lens size all the way up to 95 millimeters, which is the size of this matte box. So there are 4 different sizes. Those sizes are 67 millimeters, 72 millimeters, 77 millimeters, and 82 millimeters. So if none of those are your threads on your lens, you can always buy aftermarket adapters. They're pretty cheap on Amazon, but basically those are just designed to fit this matte box system. And it's pretty actually genius how this thing goes on and off. So basically you thread the thread back the whole way, then you slide it onto the adapter, tighten it down, and it is good to go. So the fact that it is super easy to put on and off is a really big pro to me, which we'll be getting into in a second, but let's talk about the materials. So the lens hood is made out of a metal material, and the knob itself is also made out of metal. The thread part and the knob is all metal, and then the rest of it is this kind of lightweight plastic. So now I want to talk about the reasons why I love this matte box and why you should get one. First of all, it is super easy to use to slide it on your rig, to take it back off if you don't want it. Just the fact that it's so easy to use is a really big pro for me. You can still use your circular filters like ND filters or ProMist filters. They still work with this thread system, and you actually also have access now to use the 4x4.5 rectangle filters. So if you have any of those or you plan on getting any, they will work on this system. Another pro is that this matte box you can use on your current budget setup. Eventually, if you upgrade your lenses or your camera bodies, it'll still work, and you'll be able to use it on all your rigs, so you won't have to upgrade this thing over time. It will actually work. I also really love the price, as I mentioned before. The reason I bought this in the first place is because at 50 bucks, I can justify spending on a matte box system. And my last point is this matte box will give you confidence. Now hear me out. When I first got this thing and installed it on my camera, my rig went from a $1,000 rig to a $5,000 rig. Maybe it only just blocks out light, but I feel like the fact that to most people looking at this thing, they're kind of like, what is that? I don't know what that's for. So the fact that it kind of looks niche and it looks really professional, because most professional rigs have matte boxes, will really give you a boost of confidence. And I don't think that's a bad thing. If you're working with clients and you're trying to prove that you can make professional work, this matte box will just give you a little bit extra credibility and make people trust you. So definitely for $50, I think if you're in the market, this is a great deal. It's not sacrificing anything. It's going to do the same things the expensive ones are, and it's not going to break the bank. So I definitely think you guys should check it out. If you do want to, there's a link in the description. That is it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. And if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing. And if you do, I'll catch you guys next time.